So, Eden Zero is back, and it is confirmed that yes, this is Grandpa Ziggy, so Pina did in fact bring him back. Now, I was under the assumption, which was said earlier on, that his gravity powers eventually just consumed him into darkness. Nope, that's not what happened at all. There's no split personality between Ziggy and Grandpa Ziggy, like Dark Ziggy and Grandpa Ziggy. They're actually two completely different people, apparently. Apparently, Grandpa Ziggy, I guess I should start back from where he starts. So apparently Grandpa Ziggy has no memories of 20,000 years into the past. In fact, he only knows of it because he was informed about what his past was. Apparently, whenever he attempted to cut the barrier between his universe to Universe Zero, he was attacked by a chronophage, which stripped him of much of his memories and such. And not just that, but he also failed to make it to Universe Zero. He made it to Universe 1, where he crash landed, apparently, on the planet which he would then later name Grand Bell, basically the land that he creates. When I say he literally creates it, like every single one of those robots that exist in Grand Bell, he built himself from scratch, and eventually it just turned into a strip theme park by just happenstance. He was literally trying to create a civilization, and the civilization turned into a theme park. That's just how it went. So apparently, one of the guests at the theme park, because it used to be a pretty popular theme park with humans for a long time, as you all can remember from the first chapter, apparently one of the guests mentioned Mother, and Ziggy decided, okay, this is my chance to get my memories back if I could just ask her. So he rebuilt the Eden Zero, and then we're off into space to find Mother, but instead, he found Shiki. And now, obviously, she's like, okay, well, where am I from? And Ziggy's response to that is, I can't tell you that. You'll learn that information someday, but that you cannot know that right now. Why he can't know, he also does not tell, obviously. It wasn't planned in any way, shape, or form that he'd find his past self. He just did it by happenstance. And apparently there's a still reason why he can't say anything about it, which is also very confusing. So as you can imagine, Shiki's kind of pissed off that he can't know his origins. So he asks Pina, because Pina has her memories back, but Pina says, I don't have that data, because obviously she was made after Shiki was found. So, in fact, not even the Shining Stars know any of it. Shiki's only existence is known by, apparently, Ziggy, and apparently by whoever took over his body. Because, Ziggy just raised Shiki as his grandfather for his entire life until he finally died. He legit died. And then he was basically reanimated, and his body was taken over by some other entity. So his past about being 20,000 years in the future might not be true, but he's assuming it's true, but Ziggy doesn't really care if it's true or not. In fact, Shiki even asked, so I've been calling my own self Grandpa all this time, and Ziggy's like, yeah, I have no memory of that, I don't care about that, all the memory I have is that on Grand Bell. You were the only, so yeah, I consider you my grandson. Who I was before was not me, that's a completely different person altogether. See, I'm glad Pina's there, because she is very much interested in his relationship with his grandfather and where he comes from. Pina, on the other hand, is like, wait, you just said that someone took over your body. Who is that? And Ziggy's like, that would be the real enemy. And that enemy is here on Leonard. So we apparently already know who the enemy is. And when Ziggy tries to say the name, it comes out garbled. He tries over and over again, but he can't say it. He say other words, which means that whoever this person is able to prevent this slither thing. Like, while Ziggy still has control over his body now, he doesn't have absolute control. This person, or android, or whatever the hell they are, is preventing him from being able to reveal their identity. So, since Grandpa Ziggy is realizing he's losing time, he then just demands Shiki kill him. He'll lower his ether to the lowest levels he can, and then Shiki hit him with everything he got. And she's like, wait, no, why do you have to die if you're not the real enemy? And Shiki brings up a pretty good point, which is that he's already dead. His connection to this person is absolute at this point. They're the ones who just resurrected him and are using him as a puppet. And he really just wants to die, end his misery right here and now, so he doesn't have to keep doing what he's doing, being someone's slave, basically. So Hermit is with Captain Connor in the medical waiting room, and obviously she's listening in on everything, the conversation that's going on with Shiki and Ziggy and Pina. And she's just thinking about everything, like, she's trying to figure it all out. It comes to a conclusion that, why isn't she allowed to know Shiki's birth? Why were the Shining Stars memories erased? And when was Pina made? The timeline just doesn't add up with any of these things, and she just can't figure out how to get the pieces to play together. And she seems to have come to a realization who the enemy might be. I have my doubts, because if you can't get the pieces to connect together, then how can you get to the final end goal of that? Of what the pieces being connected together, the purpose of it is. She might theorize who the enemy might be, but I don't think she actually knows. And then we immediately skip over to Elsie, who's apparently freed from her shackles. And, she finds a bunch of her crew members just dead and lying on the ground. Yeah, they're just dead, with holes blasted in them and everything. Now, It's clearly implying that this is the traitor or the true enemy or whatever the hell it is. The thing is, maybe that's true. Maybe not. I mean, they're in the middle of a war zone. It could have just been Justice that killed them, or Agnolia, or really anyone at this point. The true enemy could literally be anything or anyone at this point. I'm not going to assume that these people were killed by that person, because once again, they're on a battlefield. People are going to die. As you can imagine, Elsie is just horrified by the fact that, you know, her crew is dead in front of her. And I believe this is more of a setup for the Agnolia fight, where she is going to take on Agnolia alongside Justice. Unless Justice is the one who killed them, then I have no idea. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get the answer of who is the enemy, the true enemy at the moment. I think we're now just going to move on to Agnolia and her fight with her dragons and see what she does and such. As for my thoughts on who the true enemy could be, I have no idea. There is literally no clue, hint, or anything that I can think of. Like, Hermit might have figured it out, maybe, which means that those hints probably do exist in the story. I just haven't noticed any of them. Seriously, not a single name is coming to mind that it brings even a monocle of suspicion on me on who could be the one controlling Ziggy of all things. That's insane to me. I don't know. I really don't. Which sucks, because I usually have a theory about what's going on, even if that theory isn't right. I mean, I've 100% admitted when I'm right and when I'm wrong with my theories, but right now, I have nothing. I am completely in the dark. Since I got no theories I can talk about, I guess I gotta end the video. So hey, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, give a thumbs up so you enjoy more Eden Zero and other anime things. Thank you, and have a great day.